All right, good morning, gentlemen, ladies, things. I want to take a second here. We had to go to a post office. First off, I owe Stiffler Manufacturing an apology. We've actually been waiting for a little while for this product, and they shipped it when they said they did. However, United States Postal Service dropped the ball. We found a delivery slip in my mailbox. That was supposed to be in the mailbox in my front bush in my yard, and we were doing yard work. So we found it on the 4th of October, and they tried to deliver this on the 31st. So it was my bad, but we do have it. So we were able to get it. I took it out of the initial envelope that it came in, and we're going to unbox this together. So let's take a second here. Again, I want to say Stiffler Manufacturing. I really want you guys to go to their website. They have some really great sales. There are Glocktober sales going on. So it's a great thing to do. They are a 2A supporting company. They're veteran owned, and they give permanent discounts year round for veterans. So if you've served in the service, in the armed services, thank you for your commitment and dedication to protect America and our interests. But with that, let's see what we got. So it says SM17. It says it's complete. It says turbo and black. First thing off the bat is this is packaged nice. I've gotten a lot of slides from companies, and usually they're just wrapped in bubble wrap. This is a very nice packaging. Well done on that. Definitely going to show up damage free. So let's see what we got. We got the most important thing right here, Stiffler Manufacturing. Take a second and check that out. Great company. You can tell a lot about a company by the way they package their products. The companies that over embellish, they do this real fancy packaging, they're trying to sell you something. Other companies that just take a lot of time and dedication to making sure your product is coming to you in a secure manner. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see fancy packaging with pictures on it. I want my product to come safe, secure. That's what I'm paying for. So, let's see what we got. Not sure if I get the whole Pakistani knife out. Pretty sure a butter knife is sharper than that. Let's see what we got. So we have a, holy fuck, that's a nice barrel too. We have a completed slide. So this is Gen 3. It's assembled. Let's do the initial test. Let me split off for just 1 second here while I grab a couple guns. All right. Apologize. So this is directly out of the package. It's an assembled slide. We have 3 Glocks sitting here right now. We have a Generation 3. It's my main gun for years. We have a Generation 4, Glock 17. And then we have another Generation 4. This is actually off of, the frame is off of a Glock 34. It's the same frame. Another company slide. So we're going to bust this off camera here, and we'll pull a couple slides off and see check our compatibility, right? So we got one frame. We got two frames. Like Count Dracula. Oh, oh, oh. One Glocky Glocky. Ha ha ha. Two Glocky Glocky. All right, so we got three frames. So first thing we should check, well, I guess we should really take a good look at what we got here. We got 4 ports and a barrel, similar to what, looks real similar to that setup. Let's compare them once. Let's take just a second here and compare the barrels. Let's start with that. Move Glocky out of the way. I'm pretty sure these are probably the same barrel, or maybe not. No, they're slightly different, aren't they? Very, very similar. We'll have to put a caliper on them, but seem to be of good quality. Seem to be of good quality. This is a KKM barrel, which is also of really great quality. The important stuff all looks right. Looks like they're machined well. For curiosity, let's just see if this barrel, yep, that barrel would lock up in a Gen 3. So we got the slide, nice finish on it. I don't see any obvious defects of any kind. Back plate is installed properly, free of defects. The sights appear to be centered. Front sight does not move. I don't see any markings of any kind that would be like a slipped wrench or just poor handling. We'll check fire pin protrusion here. See if we can get a good view of that. So we have good fire pin protrusion. So should provide for a good solid ignition. Let's check it on another one. Get a good comparison. Oh, sorry about that. That might have just a little bit more than this one. Every manufacturer is a little different in components. I think it's going to be serviceable, but that could be an issue. Sometimes, like, when people start getting light strikes on cartridges, especially with like striker fired guns, one thing to really look at is how far or how much protrusion your firing pin has, because that can cause problems. We'll find out. Let's check another slide since we have one sitting here. Yeah, you can see that one's got good protrusion. Try to get focus here a little better for you. Let's check another factory Glocky number 1 just fell. Should be doing this on my workbench, but I'm not. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. All right, so here's another. This is a Gen 4 lock slide. Let's check our firearm pin protrusion here. Yeah, there's a little bit more. This isn't a big deal, as long as we get ignition. If for some reason we have ignition problems, that will probably be the cause. And if that's the case, we will immediately change that over to a different firing pin. So let's reassemble our Stiffler slide. And actually first, let me just, for comparison, and this is just maintenance YouTube, this isn't doing stupid shit, so don't get your panties all up in a bunch. That barrel fits nice. My aftermarket KKM barrel fits nice. Let's check for lateral play. A small amount, forward to aft is fairly tight. Now, if the idea with an aftermarket slide, like these are drop-in ready to go. Ideally, you would buy an aftermarket barrel and fit that barrel to your slide. Let me show you again. So this barrel was fit to this slide. And there's still a little bit of lateral play, a little bit of forward, not quite as much, but this is fine. It's fine. Obviously, we'll test for accuracy. I think long term, what we'll do is, if the slide runs, we will make the investment in a little bit better barrel to a gunsmith fit. I have fit entirely too many barrels to Glocks over the years. It's not a hard process, but it's rewarding. You can take a Glock and really make it an accurate firearm. Let's look at our firing pin. It's a plastic guide rod with a flat spring. I gotta see here. So it's captured, which again is okay. Like if you were gonna buy this slide, I would recommend changing this spring out. I would go to a adjustable style, kind of like this one right here. So this is the end, it's got a washer. This again is a flat spring, but you're able to change your spring weights. So you can do a lot with calibrating your spring weight to your slide. If you're adding optics, not adding optics, if you want the action to cycle quicker, slower, the lighter you go, sometimes you get problems chambering rounds, so you go with a heavier spring. If the gun dips too much, if it rises too much, there's a million things you can do. But for a drop, plug and play, this is a good setup. I'll have to hit Stiffler up and see what spring weight that is. I do have a variety of spring weights for that style firearm that are captured, and then of course I have the non-captured one. So this is for a Gen 3. Let's take a look here. I think we're gonna skip showing it on camera, so just because we don't want to piss YouTube off. So it's flush fitting like it should be. It's actually got a nice, ooh, way to go there, guys. That's got a nice, that's a nice fit. It's actually a really nice fit. A lot of times as springs get worn, this is a good check when you start getting light strikes and stuff. Just take it a little out of battery and make sure it locks up. But actually, I'm really impressed with that fit. Let's take another look at another frame here. The frame I just had it on, I have more rounds through that single gun than every other firearm I own combined. So I competed with that gun for years. Yeah, so this is a Gen 4 frame on a Gen 3 slide. It fits, it cycles, it's got a good fitment on the back, looks good on the front. Barrel's locked up. Let's check one more frame, just because we have it. Dropping more shit. Again, yeah, they did a good job. That's a nice fit. That's a really nice fit. Slide lock works, locks up. So I want to know in your comments, which frame should we put it on? Should we put it on my very, very highly used frame, or should we keep it on this Gen 4? You guys stay tuned. We're going to go get some range footage of this. I do want to say again, thank you to Stiffler Manufacturing. People, check out their products. This is the name. This is their website. They have their Glocktober sale going on right now. So that's where we're at. I appreciate all you for watching this long. Another thing I just noticed is for their fire and pin channel, they do a round hole. They drill it, which is fine, not a big deal. Most other manufacturers use, well, they machine it as well, but it's an oval style opening. So is it a issue? I don't know. The fire and pins though on them are more of a round shape. So I wonder as we test here if that'll give us any issues. So we'll find out. Test. It's hard to see, but the fire and pin channel does look to be properly installed. Get some better images here of the interior surface. This is the left side. The texture and or the cocking serrations are nice, front and back. I don't see any obvious like tooling marks. I do like that little step they do for the lightning weight, or lightning cuts as it's called. Also, it works for an area for ported barrels to gas out. I think another thing I'd like to see would be their branding on it. I would love to see somewhere on this slide it actually say Stiffler Manufacturing, probably laser engraving or something. And that's just because, why not? It's their product, right? But it does increase cost. Here's a look at the parts that they use. They appear to be good quality. I believe they say they're SCT, I think that's right. But they're just aftermarket replacement parts of good quality. Another item that's always worth taking a second look at on a new product is your extractor. It's a little hard to see, but the extractor appears to be of good quality. It has a good hook on it. I don't see any obvious defects. So we got Stiffler Manufacturing slide. See what's going on here.
Hi, ready?
Yep.
Stand by. It is finished. Unload, so clear. Slide forward. Pull the trigger. Holster. 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.